Let's talk about iOS. iOS 16 offers new intelligence, sharing, and communication features. The new lock screen remains undeniably iPhone, while also giving you new ways to make it more personal, beautiful, and helpful than ever. And what's even better is I'm not limited to just one. Let's create another. I can bring up our brand new Wallpaper Gallery, which showcases a bunch of options for inspiration. We also have suggested photos, intelligently curated for my personal library. Now, I've created a bunch of other lock screens, and by simply swiping, I can switch between them. Now with live activities, the Now Playing controls can expand to a full screen view that celebrates album art while you listen along, starting with extending focus to your lock screen. This means your choice of a photo and widgets can all be tied to a particular focus. And now that you can have multiple lock screens, you can match them to the appropriate focus throughout your day. You can have a dedicated one for when you're in a work focus, with widgets showing your upcoming meeting or to-do list. Or with just a swipe, you can activate your personal focus. All of your corresponding notification settings apply, and it extends to your home screen too, with focus filters, which let you filter out distracting content. Let's take Safari, for example. Instead of seeing all of your websites, you can turn on the Work Focus filter and see only the tabs that relate to work. And you can filter not just tab groups in Safari, but also conversations and messages, accounts and mail, and events and calendar. And now we're adding 3 of the most highly requested features to messages, because now you can edit any message you just sent. So embarrassing typos can be a thing of the past. Now you have Undo Send, so you can immediately recall a recent misfire. And finally, you can now mark any thread as unread, a perfect tool if you don't have time to respond in the moment. We're extending SharePlay beyond FaceTime and bringing it to messages.
We'll use our new dictation experience to send an email. Now, when I start dictating, the keyboard stays open, so I can switch between using voice and touch. Now you can pause a video on any frame and interact with text, just like you can today with photos.
Multi-stop routing. You can now plan up to 15 stops in advance. Maps will now store previous routes and recents, so they're easy to get back to. And you can plan multi-stop routes on the Mac and send them to iPhone when you're ready to go.
We're introducing iCloud Shared Photo Library to help you share photos seamlessly. So if one member of the group is a talented photo editor, everyone gets to enjoy their edits to the shared photos. Deletions, captions, and keywords sync too.
Safety check. A new section in settings where you can quickly review and reset the access you've granted others. This lets people in abusive situations quickly revoke an abuser's access to their data and location, enabling them to cut ties and get to safety.
And that's iOS 16, a mighty release that gives you entirely new ways to make iOS your own.
In WatchOS 9, we're adding 4 new watch faces for you to choose from. The astronomy face has been remastered to take advantage of the expansive display. The lunar calendar is used to observe traditional holidays and special events in many cultures. Playtime, designed by artist Joy Fulton, features whimsical animated numbers. Finally, Metropolitan highlights watch typography with a new font that dynamically stretches when you rotate the digital crown.
So in iOS 16, the Fitness app will be available to all iPhone users.
Sleep stages. Apple Watch uses signals from the accelerometer and heart rate sensor to detect which stage of sleep you're in. You can see how much time you spent in each stage, as well as when you might have woken up. You'll see more details in the Health app, where you'll learn that each sleep stage, REM, core, and deep, perform an essential function. Over 50% of people take prescription medications, and we wanted to help make it easier to track, manage, and understand the medications that you take. So in watchOS 9, the Medications app makes it easy for you to discreetly and conveniently track your medications, vitamins, and supplements anytime.
There's so much more in watchOS 9, including support for 6 new keyboard languages, a new way for developers to connect their watchOS apps to Apple TV, and with Family Setup, kids can now control home devices right from their wrist.
Introducing M2.
It starts our next generation of M-series chips with an 18% faster CPU, 35% faster GPU, 40% faster neural engine, and 50% more memory bandwidth.
This is the new MacBook Air, powered by M2.
And yes, MagSafe is back for dedicated charging and peace of mind when you're plugged in. So MacBook Air features a new 1080p camera with twice the resolution and twice the low light performance of the previous Air. It's thinner, lighter, and faster with a durable unibody design, bigger display, better camera, all-day battery life, and 4 beautiful finishes.
The all-new MacBook Air starts at $1199 and just $1099 for education. The powerful 13-inch MacBook Pro starts at $1299 and $1199 for education. And they'll be available next month. And the MacBook Air with M1 stays in the lineup at $999 and just $899 for education.
Beautiful Ventura. macOS Ventura enriches so many of the ways we use our Macs. Let's activate Stage Manager from Control Center. As you see, it automatically arranges all my windows for me off to the side and puts the app I'm currently working with front and center. So that's a quick look at multitasking with Stage Manager. Rich results and the ability to take actions right from Spotlight are also coming to iOS and iPadOS.
Undo Send lets you pull an email back a few moments after hitting send. Scheduled Send, so your emails arrive at the perfect moment. Follow-up suggestions will automatically remind you to follow up if you haven't received a response. And Remind Me makes it easy to come back to a message at a particular date and time. That's why we've helped create a next-generation credential that's more secure, easier to use, and aims to replace passwords for good. We call them passkeys. To create a passkey, just use Touch ID or Face ID to authenticate, and you're done.
And today, we're extending Handoff to FaceTime. Now picture this. You answer a FaceTime call on your iPhone while you're away from your desk. When you get home and bring your iPhone up close to your Mac automatically recognizes the call on your iPhone, and you can move it to your Mac seamlessly, giving you a bigger view to continue the conversation. And now, with Continuity Camera, you can use iPhone as your webcam. Now, I'm just gonna pop this stand on my iPhone and attach it to my display. You can see my Mac automatically detects my iPhone and uses it as the camera. I don't even have to wake up my iPhone.
Hi, Craig.
Hey, Johnny. Are you up for helping me give a demo of Continuity Camera?
Sure, I'm using it right now with my iPhone and Pro Display XDR. You know, one thing I love about Continuity Camera is Center Stage, Desk View. You can see the work that's on my desk, and it keeps me in the picture. It looks like I have a dedicated overhead camera, but this is Desk View, creating both of these views from the one ultra-wide camera on my iPhone using some very powerful image processing.
In addition to FaceTime, you can use Continuity Camera with any macOS video conferencing app, like Zoom, Teams, WebEx, and more. And we're working with Belkin to offer beautiful stands to hold your iPhone at the perfect height and angle. And that's macOS Ventura, a feature pack release that brings new tools for managing Windows, smart new features for Mail, Safari, and games, and magical new continuity features.
Save me your sweet kiss when I sleep at night.
We're also bringing weather to iPad. iPadOS 16 also includes new ways to collaborate with others, more capable apps, and new features for Pro users that take advantage of the power of the M1 chip. Now, you can also instantly kick off a collaboration when you send something with the share sheet. This makes initiating collaboration across the system as easy as sending a link and means a conversation with your collaborators is always just a tap away. This year, you can start collaborating with the group right in FaceTime. You can see that Lop just invited me to collaborate on a set of tabs in Safari. I'm gonna go ahead and accept his invite, and now I can get to them in Safari. Just like with the Pages document, everyone in the group automatically has access. I can see Anne and Mindy joining the tab group, and I can even see which tabs people are looking at right in the tab bar.
Now, you can be on a FaceTime call, and with a tap, You're all collaborating live on a freeform board. You can add almost anything to a board. It's perfect for brainstorming sessions, jotting down notes, sharing files, or even creating diagrams with others.
And with iPadOS 16, we're introducing reference mode, which meets the color requirements in workflows like review and approve, color grading, and compositing, where accurate colors and consistent image quality are critical. So whether you prefer using iPad Pro as a standalone device or as a second display with Sidecar, reference mode provides a consistent reference workflow across your Pro devices. Now, I want to turn our attention to a set of features enabled by the performance of the M1 chip, one that can change how our Pro users get work done on iPad. So we're bringing Stage Manager, our latest windowing system that you just saw in macOS, to iPadOS. Stage Manager takes multitasking on iPad to a whole new level by making it more nimble and unlocking full external display support. It gets even better when I plug my iPad into an external display. My wallpaper beautifully fills the entire display, and I can move my cursor to it from my iPad. I have the dock here too, so let's go ahead and launch Keynote. When I do, I once again enter Stage Manager, now on an even bigger canvas. And that's iPadOS 16, a big release with exciting updates to many of the built-in apps. Weather app comes to iPad, new ways to collaborate and be productive, great features for Pro users, including Stage Manager, and so much more.